Hi everybody, it's Horror the Board here with the news of the week, and I'm recording this a little bit earlier because we have a game day on Saturday. I want to clean up a little bit, so I'm doing this on actually it's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm recording this, and also a friend of mine is sick with COVID, so I just want to he's not going to make it here for the game day on Sunday, so I'm going to record this also so that he has something to look out for, and then we're a little bit at his home. So get well, you know who you are. So I will go over the news. We'll start with some uh, more tragic news. I just want to uh, put this as first because it's a person that passed away. It's the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, Kazuki Takahashi. He died tragically after snorkeling off the coast of southwestern Japan. He was 60. They found his wallet and in a nearby car. I think it's just an accident because they showed some animal attacks. Maybe it was a shark. So it's still under investigation. So take it for as you will. We don't know for sure, but it looks like it was a tragic accident. Uh, he was the maker of Yu-Gi-Oh, still going strong. I dabbled in Yu-Gi-Oh lots of years ago, more than, well, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, maybe more. Just before I dived into Magic. So because of a friend, I actually got into Magic because of Yu-Gi-Oh, because I entered Yu-Gi-Oh first. Uh, Found out it was not for me, but I could see why so many people liked it, and well, I hope uh, to convey his condolences to his family. I hope family and friends. I hope the community will still grow strong in his name. So, well, don't know much to say anyway. Then this is just a tragic story. So let's go to the other news. I just want to head off with this news because I didn't feel right putting at the end or in the middle, and uh, yeah. So the next news. Let's go for a little bit more happy news after that one. Uh, it's Tabriz game. I don't know if this is coming to GameFound or not, but it's a new game from Crafty Games and from Randy Flynn, the designer. It already has an 8.6. Uh, I think that some people already have like maybe production copies, so they are already rating the game. Uh, it's about selling carpets. Let's look at some images here. The only thing about it is that we have this pack of cards. It's from the production line, so you see some cards. These are some orders that you have. Maybe these are order cards that you have to fulfill because you're making carpets. So you're basically making carpets. And this is the beautiful cover, which I love. I love these. I really want to visit because I know these covers are not like fictional. I know there's these big kind of market halls with different streets, and they're I think they're covered, or maybe I don't know if they're covered uh, with also like a roof or something, or it's a. I know that some are just streets and they are just covered with some tarps. Maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. If you're from that region, just let me know. Um, I digress. So to breeze, you're making these carpets, and then you're attracting uh, noblemen and royals and merchants because you're gonna be better at making these carpets, and you have to fulfill carpet orders. So in the Persian market of Tabriz, you have to fill commissions. At the end of every round, you can complete one commission you have in hand. If you have the necessary materials, you can cash that in. Resources are limited, and the market fluctuates. You have these assistants that you have. They move at different speeds around the board, trying to get goods and trade goods in for other goods. So you have like the goods that you need for the commissions. So yeah, it's I can say it looks nice. The cards are quite nice. I like how the cards look. So it has also a robust solo mode with multiple AI opponents, which is usually you have one AI opponent, and this is multiple AI opponents. So I'm very curious about this one. The next one is Recto Verso. It says here 2021, but I think it's I don't know if people already have it, but I heard it is a new one. I don't know if the 2021 is the older version, because this is an implementation or a re-edition of La Boca, which I never played. So you build a house from the map as quickly as possible. You do it in 2 teams. I don't know if you're sitting beside each other or in front of each other, but you have to build it in real time with these blocks. You have to put them in the real location. You have to create skylands. Let me see. In a shifting team of 2 that sits across from one another. Players create. Oh yeah, you sit across from one another. Players try to create skylands on challenge cards, but the players can see the complete image only from their point of view. So they must consult with one another constantly to make sure each color block ends up in the right location while racing against the timer. And I really like the cover, by the way. I'll look at some pictures. I like this cover. It like has a mirror thing, so you have to mirror the right picture. And this one doesn't really match because the door is here, and you have a different window. Here there is no door, so yeah, and there's no door here in this one. So yeah, I like it that it has these big blocks in the next pictures. So you have these. You have to put it like this. And the faster that you do it, the more points you'll get. Oh. It says here on the box how many points you get. So if you're between 1 and 15 seconds, you get 10. And then between 16 and 20 seconds, you get 9. And so on and so on. And yeah. So you have this picture here. And you have to make it here. And maybe you have to give instructions or something. I'm not really sure how this works, to be honest. And there are different languages. So yeah, it looks quite fun. This is a game that I would like maybe buy, because it's kind of like unique. Let me see if it's a fast game. Just have a time. About 30 minutes. I need this kind of games. I used to have too much bigger games, so this is on my radar for sure. The next one is Cosmoctopus. Coming this year, 1 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes. It looks adorable, to be honest. 60 to 90 minutes from Paperboard Games or Stone Sword Games. So you assume the role of a devotees to prove the loyalty to the Great Ink One. You have to guide the Cosmoctopus through inky realms, a flexible figuration of tiles, gathering cards, and music that represent relics, scriptures, hallucination, constellation. You have to harness the power of these objects and to craft powerful card engines. So it's a card engine builder. You have to be the first one to gather 8 tentacles and open a portal to the inky realm to win this game. There's only one picture here besides the cover. Yeah, the tentacles look nice, to be honest. They look kind of fun. I don't know if this is a prototype or not. It doesn't say in the picture description. Game after the play. Okay, so yeah, and we go to Reflecto. It's a game that is not everything has to be on my radar, but I usually try to put as much news out there for everybody. But this is not a game that's really on my radar because it's Reflecto. It's a word guessing game with mirrors, and players move their pawns using the movement rules from checkers. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, checkers. You have to move around those things and try to win the game. Place your letters on the edge of the playboard to make your secret word. Or use your mirror to figure out the opponent's letters and guess the secret word. So it's kind of like abstract. It's a word game. They usually are abstract. That's not really a theme. So yeah, not really. I find it a bit bland, but maybe some people will like it. Uh, this cover is actually beautiful, to be honest. Can I have that on my wall? It looks. Oh wow! Oh wow! It really has mirrors. I thought it was like something that is a mechanic with mirrors or something, but this looks really cool. To be honest, these pieces look cool. uh, I would play this for sure, just because of the mirror thing. No, if I would buy it, but I don't think so. But let's go to the next one. 1001 Islands. 1001 Islands is, I think, more like a family game from Ludonaut, from Antoine Bauza and Bruno Cathala. 2 to 5 players, 30 minutes, a very low weight. So, as children of Sinbad, you all play children of Sinbad, you have to set new challenge to explore 1001 Islands and find treasure of your father, the great sailor. It's a tile selection and distribution game which you score points by matching your dream tiles and your island's tiles as best as possible. It takes 16 rounds. You add tiles to the board. When you're the active player, you draw as many tiles as number of players. You keep one and play it on your board. Oh, I think everybody has their own board. Yeah. Then pass the remaining tiles to the player of your choice. The person that receives the final tile has no choice, but that player will be the first player in the next round. Dream tiles score you points based on what's visible on your island at the game's end. So don't take Fennec Fox dream tiles if your island is devoid of Fennec Foxes. Palm trees earn points on their own, as does pairs of rock bird and its huge egg. So different tiles score in different ways depending on if they're adjacent or not to other tiles. But if you have a third magic lamp, you have to flip two tiles face down, costing whatever points you would have received. So yeah, you will not usually pick lamp tiles. Yeah, but if you're the last player, then you have to pick the lamp tile because you cannot play anything else. Let's look at a board in the tiles in the real sand. I love when they do these pictures, kind of nice. Let me see if there is any just pictures. Is there anything with the game? Maybe these are the players or some cards or something. These are the tiles. You see the lambs and the foxes and the snakes, so they each score you differently. Yeah. So Mistwind is the next game coming up in the new segment. I really love this cover. So you have these whales and these ships. I don't have any other artwork about the game, but it's from First Fish Games, and you have these whales where you be sailing and making outposts and trying to pick up and deliver. I don't know if it's credited as pick up and deliver. Yeah, pick up and deliver and worker placement and network building. So you will be you have a hand of action discs 1 to 5. One you don't use, and you have to use the other ones. So you have to carefully choose which action disc you're not going to use. but you're gonna put them on the board in the right spaces. When everybody has played their disc, the round is over, we go to the next round, and you do actions depending on the disc. Uh, the game will have 4 sections, each with own numbered spots, numbers 1 to 5. You play the matching number action discs. Each spot on the board only allows 1 action disc. Uh, and when you use all action discs, the round ends. You have 4 rounds, so you must be careful when spend the action where you spend your actions to maximize your turns. And so you have to train your transport wheels, gather resources, build outposts, maximize your network efficiency, while keeping up with the supply and demands of the local capitals. I haven't seen the board yet, there's no other pictures, but I really like this big wheel in the sky. So cool. I really like this cover, to be honest. I really like it a lot. And I like the font type, to be honest. It looks good. Next, a friend of mine has Rivet Wars, but I think he has the German version. Steamforce announced that it acquired the IP to Rivet Wars, so I was like, finally, I can buy it. I don't care if I have to pay full price for it. At Essen, I almost bought it for like 15 euros or 10 euros or something. But with German cards, I could have just easily translated it. I should have bought it, and I was like, why did I buy it? It was like many years ago, and I'm still obsessed with the decision that I didn't make. Well, I made a decision to not buy it, but dumb decision. It's a miniature game that springs from the warped imagination of Ted Terra Nova. It's like a diesel punk world that never quite left World War One. But with crazy technology like walking tanks, diesel-powered armor, unicycle vehicles. Back in the day, it was at Call Me or Not, when they were not called Simon, but Call Me or Not. Now they call Simon, which basically means the same, but hey, it's still a difference. It's a strategy game. You have to deploy units, each round counter the threats set forth by their opponent and stay 1 tactical step ahead. It's a game from 2014, so it needs a new breath of life. So I'm really excited to see what they do with it. So yeah. The next one is Discordia, which did I nope. Did I open it here, Discordia? Nope, this is not Discordia. I don't know if there are pictures of this. This is coming out at Spiel 2022 for 1 to 4 players by Bernd Eisenstein of Iron Games. The basis habit of P-named games. And this child is hovering some dice. It's a dice game because if you open it, Discordia, let's go. Oh, 1 to 4 players, 60 to 90 minutes. It's you have to build these cities. You develop your city by building farms, barrack defenses, stuff like that. You have to trade also with ships. Use seamen, soldiers, and merchants and farmers profitably fulfill decrees, secure privileges. Acting carefully at all times that your city goes neither too fast or too slow. You have to have the best developed city at the end of the 4th year. And if you manage to impress the Empress before then and win the game early, that can happen. It says here as a description. So basically, I really like the cover. It's like a painting. I really hope that they do more with these kinds of artists. That you go like, hey, do you want to buy the art? Or you get like a poster of it, so that you can hang it up. I really love the art. So this is how the board looks like. You have to put these dice. I think these are harbors. Maybe I can just put it bigger for you guys. Yeah, it looks here more prototypey with these workers, but I'm not sure. Well, looking closer, this doesn't look prototypey. Uh, yeah, it looks cool. Oh, it's loading very slowly. Don't know what's happening here. Sorry about that. Oh, it's starting to look better and better and better. I don't like these action discs, they're very grey. And these ships as well. Maybe it's still in the prototype phase, I'm not sure. And here you have all the worker placements. I don't like these workers, they look a bit old fashioned. But maybe the game is good. So, yeah, from Iron Games. So, then we have not the Grand Carnival, because this already came out in 2020, but the expansion to Grand Carnival, On the Road expansion, uh, which the Carnival is a game where you're making a carnival, so you have to build foundations, and you can only build on top of the foundation on this grid, which is your Grand Carnival. And this expansion has more things like peanuts, golden tickets, clowns, enormous attractions, double foundations, mini foundations, and more like extra end game cards, which you can get. Uh, yeah, I don't know much. I know about the game. I've heard about it, but it looks kind of cool. And let's look at the base game for a minute. These It looks very cool. So you put these actions, these workers, I think, on this, and this depends on what actions you get. Uh, yeah, it looks really really nice. I think this is a game I would maybe pick up the base game because I haven't played it yet. You have these tiles with all these attractions, like shooting gallery, like the fishing game at the carnival. Uh, this is like throwing the balls at the wall and trying to hit something for a prize. See how strong you are if you can ring the bell. It looks very nice and cozy, which I like. Um, there's some smaller things here, like a popcorn stand. That is wait, funnel cake. I never had funnel cake. Um, Caramel apples, which is good. Yeah, so that's the expansion brings new stuff in. So for the people that have Grand Carnival and want to expand on it, it's don't know when it's coming out. Let's say here. Uh, it's currently funding on Kickstarter. I usually don't do Kickstarter news, but sometimes it just slips in because I didn't even see it. I usually don't. Maybe we'll do a Kickstarter segment news later on after the summer, but for now, well, but this is news anyway. So let's go to Virtue. Virtue is from Super Meeple, one of the publishers, from Pascal Ribrault. 2 to 5 players, 650 minutes. Um, it's set in the Renaissance period. So this is the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of modernity. So the prince, as a prince, he must make that transition happen during the Italian Renaissance, with each player embodying one of the powerful Italian cities at the time and trying to make more powerful than all others through virtue and the ability to accomplish great things through a strong state. That's a wheel building. Um, so that is creating a. So you're gonna create a wheel of actions on your player board, which has a unique arrangement compared to other players. And we're having different sets of starting family cards. You can acquire new cards and stuff like that. Includes a 2 player mode that is different than the 3 to 5 player mode. So let's look at this. This one I did see a few pictures, but I didn't see all the pictures. Oh yeah, you put these cards and you see these arrows. So you're making a thing like a rondel of actions. They don't say it's a rondel, but it looks like it. We have a map of Italy. And the cover is okay-ish. I like the board. It looks very nice. I think it goes in a certain order. So Naples, you see some cathedral. There was some cities here in Italy, Rosano. Some more actions. Is this Dutch? It says Steden. Steden is Dutch. Or maybe it means something else in Italian. I cannot see this. I don't see what's written here. I don't know if it's Dutch or not. So that is a virtue. My most exciting news is Sabika. It's about constructing the impressive Alhambra in Spain. On the hill of the El Sabika in Granada. The Nisrid dynasty created the Alhambra. And this is a game from Ludonova. And it's from German P. Milan. And it's the same designer that made Bitoku. And Bitoku is one of my favorite games. I really love it. I really love this cover as well. It looks so nice. Let's look at... Before we talk about the game, let's look at the cover. I know a little bit of the game because I've read a few things. But Sabika is... You have this... 3 rondels in one. You have like 3 rondels. You have one on the outside, the inside, and the middle. And you try to do these voyages to get some goods, I guess. But it looks really good. It's coming out at Essen, by the way. So I think I might be picking this up. It looks really good. There's a little map on where you have these ships that travel. I really like the colors of this. It looks very fresh, new. How all these spaces are not just 1, 2, 3, 4, like six hexagonal or like 6-sided spaces, but it's like more like defined as like artwork kind of things. The shapes are the inside. I like the design of it. I like these colors of the scoring things on the outside. It looks so nice. And there's another track here. It's really cool. Whoa. I can really go in far with the zoom. Yeah, it looks really cool. Look at this artwork here. It looks really nice. It's a pickup for me. So I'm really excited for this game. So you play one of the role in one of the Nasrid nobles who contribute to the towers, gardens, and palaces. You have to establish trade routes to Europe and Maghreb. That's the map on the bottom. These routes will provide you with income. If you can, because you need that income for the demanding tribute that are being commanded by the Catholic monarchs. In exchange for your work, you receive military protection against the various conflicts in the Taifas kingdom. I don't know if that's that whole map or just a part of it. It's a novel mechanism, integrates 3 interrelated rondels. So I think you can go from one to the other and just go about. It looks... Each rondel focuses on a different scenario. One is the construction of the Alhambra. The other one is the carving of the poems in its halls. And the other one is the export of goods along the trade routes. You play 5 eras, or rounds as it were. And end of each and on end of the fifth round, the player who has accumulated the most prestige points takes the victory. As in, here I come. I'm gonna run for this one. I hope they have enough. I really would love to play this one. This is high on my list, and the more I look at it, the higher it's becoming. Uh, Another game, Wild Style from Panda Stories Games. Panda Stories also surprises with with um, with its ability to go like, you know what, we like this theme, we will go with it. It's a theme about tagging and spraying graffiti, tagging your own brand along the city. And I don't know if there's any like graffiti games. Maybe there are. Put them in the link below. I don't know any of them. 2 to 5 players, 40 minutes. Uh, so the city is your canvas. So you have to with if you have 3 sets of the same icon, which the icons are parts of the city. Depending on the region, if you have 3 of the same, you can tag a region, and the more you tag, the better it will be. If you only have a region with 1 tag, well, I think it will not score. Uh, End of the round is triggered when either all draw piles are empty or once one player has tags remaining on their map. Each player gets 1 crew tag from the supply. Another round commences. The game ends after 3 rounds, and you score objective for each map hex where you have a tag and lose points for cops. Oh, no, you lose cops for. You lose points for cops and solo tags. Yeah, I got that correct. The crew with the most points wins. It's really, you can draw a card, add to set, share a card, complete a set, rush a set. So it's basically like a set collection and putting tags on the board. I don't know if there are more pictures, to be honest. Is there more pictures? No, just the cover. Here you are, the cover. Yeah, I can see this cover being divisive. Uh, the art style is unique. I do like the colors and stuff, so yeah, this is also one on my radar. Now for the Zombicide people out there. Zombicide is partnering up with The Boys, a TV series show, to I don't know if this is really from the comic. It looks more like they made an adaptation between the art style of the comic, but maybe more like the art style actually of Zombicide, to be honest, and implemented the TV show characters. Because I went to a comic book store, I just went through it, and this looks like the implementation of the TV show characters in art form, than the comic book adaptation putting into the game itself. But these are like character packs. You can pre-order now at the Simon website. Um, you have like 2 packs, and there's also a pack where you have Homelander as an abomination. So the character pack 1 and 2. Adding them to Zombicide Second Edition as survivors. And if you pre-order, you get which allows you to use the 7 as abominations. Oh, all of the 7. And you get an exclusive Homeland Abomination figure. That's it. That's what this is. You can just use them all as abominations. But if you pre-order, you get an abomination miniature exclusively from Homelander. And he can score more about. Oh, yeah, there's some more things. Yeah, so there was only that. So this is what they look like. Really nice, to be honest. Cool. So we have these powered survivors each possess 2 blue level skills. Okay. Excellent, unique and dangerous ultimate skill. Okay, you have Homelander, Queen Maeve, The Deep, Black Noir, Starlight, A-Train, and Soldier Boy. Plus 7 ID cards, 7 ultimate skill reference cards, and a rule sheet. And pack 2 will be Billy Butcher, Yui, Annie, Starlight, Kimiko, Frenchie, Mother's Milk, and Terror, the Bulldog. I think it's based on the comic because the comic has a bulldog. I don't think he has one in the show. I haven't watched the new season yet. I think like only the first 20 minutes. And this is the bonus pack of Homelander. Does he look different? Yeah, it's more like floating. Abomination. As an abomination, yeah. So there's some galleries. Oh, these are painted. They look good. If someone has this and need them painted, I will do it. No, please don't send me your packs. If you get them, but it looks good to paint them. To be honest, really cool. This segment is gonna way off, gone way too long. Let's go to the next one. Very quickly, Damage Control, a game by WizKids about the famous. Well, I don't know if it's famous, but the little bit weird Damage Control comic, which we saw them in the MCU uh, in a smaller capacity. I don't know if there's gonna be a TV show about it. So you have to score as Damage Control when heroes and supervillains in the Marvel Universe collide. They're there to pick up the damage, to be honest, and to retrieve like tech from maybe behind or that's left behind and stuff like that. So you roam into these piles for endgame scoring. Uh, After collecting items, players decide whether to keep them, to help them search for more items or stow them away for the end of the game scoring. It's not that long. It will be released in retail in November. And it's listed at 30 minutes, 2 to 4 players, ages 12 and up. Then, yeah, this was the news that I have like twice now. Sorry about that. I have 2 times to breathe here. I have. Oh. Oh, I think I missed some news, to be honest. I missed some news. So I'm going back. I missed some news because I did miss some news because on this page there was some more news. Oh, I'm going too far. Because I also have one word. One word is from Fedor Koshenkov, published by Norse Spieler, 2 to 12 players, but it only has rules in German, French, and Italian. But each player has a deck of face-down cards that show a color on their public face and 2 colors on the hidden reverse side. On turn, you look at the hidden side of your topmost card. You roll the dice, the 9 dice, into the color field of the game box. Then think of a word that corresponds to the dice sitting in the 3 colors depicted in your card. If another player correctly identifies your 2 hidden colors, both you and that player discards a card. If they're wrong, they can no longer guess. When someone guesses, the next player takes a turn. Whoever gets rid of all their cards wins. I think this is kind of quite a neat idea. These are the game box and these like nice cards and these dice with different icons that you guide you which like item you have to depict, which is quite good. I hope this will come in an English version, to be honest, but I think that the game is that simple. Maybe someone will make an English version, but then I hope I can get a hold of this maybe through Amazon Italy or something, or Amazon Germany or France. So yeah. Then we have Disney Villains, the card game. Even has their own deck, and everybody's drawing from the same deck. So now that you now you know that you'll draw as many as 6 to 5 as everyone else. 2 special power cards. I don't know how this works, to be honest. I didn't do my homework on this one. uh, and then we have Aiolos. Aiolos. Coming at Spiel 2022 to the four player games. Uh, so you build settlements in seven harbors, you construct ships, you collect a sacred crystal and use the favor of the gods. You sail a ship upriver to the temples of the wind to deliver sacrifice or send your prophet on a journey over the sacred mount to invoke Olympus and speak of your great deeds. Let's see if there is a page for this one. Images. That's only the cover. So yeah, there's only the cover, but it looks nice. It's 2 to 4 players, like 60 minutes, and from Spiel das Verlag. I hope this also comes in English. I think this was it for this page. Then we have, that's what I forgot, Thiefdom. This one looks nice. It's you are a thief going into this town and going to as many houses as possible to steal valuable loot. But there are city guards that are controlled by everybody. Everybody controls a certain amount of city guards. So, but if you get caught, you lose you lose some victory points and you lose your loot. So you have to really be careful because I think you program stuff. So you have the planning phase. All players plan in order which they want to move their three figures, the three thief figures, and the neutral figures they control that night. City guards, carriages, citizens. Then they move at the same time. Players make actually in predefined order from the planning in the planning phase. Then you clean up and prepare for next night. So you try to get as much loot as possible. 8 modular and double printed town quarters, resulting in unique pickup and deliver posted in each game. 12 different equipment thieves can buy to gain new abilities, and they can befriend 36 unique guest cards in the taverns to get unique support. It's quite nice. Let me see if there's any pictures. There's a picture here. Yeah, you see these boards are all different, with the towns in different grids and different alignments. I think this is the tavern. I'm not sure. I think this is your gold, what you've stolen. Yeah. There's also a new expansion coming for El Dorado, Danes and Muisca. It was on their Facebook page. There is also another picture here with some extra tiles and dangers that you have to traverse, like crocodiles and stuff like that. Some tiles you can go only in one direction, I think, because maybe it's currents. Yeah, so don't know anything more about it. Not many. I don't think this is coming this year, to be honest. This is the picture. Yeah, it looks quite nice. I really like the art of it's Rainer Knizia, the designer. Or is that the artist? Totally forgot. It's late. I'm sorry, guys. But that is the news. Yeah. So a whole bunch of news off the cuff. Just my biggest news was actually. Let me see. I will leave you with Sabika. It's quite a nice cover. Really love it. But a lot of games this week. I didn't think I would have that much news, but now that Essen is on its way, we will get more and more news. I don't know how I'm going to do it on my vacation. Maybe just talk and record on my phone. Just put it on YouTube what I think about it. Stay tuned for my cover in September for Essen Spiel. And yeah, I hope to record there and to give you some insight how Essence Spiel works. And maybe I'll just, if I get to edit it, post the one from the last year. So thank you guys for watching again, and take care.